Hello everyone! Welcome back to more Endwalker! We're getting close to the end. We're at the level 88 content. So, 2 more levels of content and we'll hit that level 90 content. And I assume fight Meteon based off of the fact that freaking she turned black and flew off a couple episodes ago. Not a clue how we're gonna get to her to fight her, but like that seems like the only way to deal with this, so but yeah, we're here back in Charlayan at long last. I assume that we're going back to Labyrinthos now. To pick up where we left off. Maybe find the remaining ether currents. You know, do the remaining, find the remaining ether current quests, that sort of thing. I was hoping I could like reset it to what the original size was, but oh well. Oh yeah, go back to Lost Little Troll and do that again. Because I forgot to finish that before we left. So I've had that for a while. But yeah, it looks like we're going to go back into Labyrinthos now, which makes sense. I was like, really? We're going back to Garlemald for the last, 2 levels? That seems weird. I dare say, Master Fortunate was not as nonplussed as we to learn the identity of Heidelin's lunar custodians. As you will soon discover, they have much more to offer the Forum. Might I suggest we return to the Annex forthwith? We may yet have time to discuss thy recent adventures ere we are summoned to the Rostra. Like I said in the last episode, I love Urianje's freaking voice in the Japanese version. It's so silky smooth, and, he's so hot. Listen, I'm not, I'm more, I preference women, myself, but there are just some guys, like Keith Silverstein, for example. Freaking Zhongli from Genshin Impact. That I hear their voice and I'm just like, I am swooning. Whoa, sweet cream. Yes, I'm aware that my retainers are max level. Thank you. I am fully aware of this. I literally can't do anything about it without leveling up my freaking gatherers. Thank you. Whoa, I got a wild banana tree? It's an outdoor furnishing. It's like, how would I even use that? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's an outdoor furnishing, so that's not happening in my apartment. So, yep. And not for want of trying, I should note, to get a house. Results period is in oh, I can't bring the thing up. I was gonna, show that I had attempted to purchase a house, but I can't, bring up that window, so. Yeah, not for want of, not for lack of trying, but I have attempted to, get myself a house. I usually end up losing by a great number. I'll be number 4, and they'll be like, the winner is number 11. I'm just like, really now? Come on. Seriously. It's not that hard to just give it to me, game. It's really not. But I know that, that's what everybody goes through, right? Because, And don't get me wrong, they just added, like, hundreds of houses. But a lot of them are locked. I think the 25th ward and beyond, they have locked as, like, free company houses. So, have not been able to, like, buy any of those. And free companies have been moving on to those lots. So then I go to the blank lots and it's like, oh yeah, you're number 7. And then it's number 20 that wins. And I'm like, thanks. There's like 100 people all trying to get this one building, you know? So... and there's really no way to fix that either, other than just adding more and more and more and more. And there will never be enough, so... I do think it would be nice to have, like, a personal house. You know, something that's like... you know, you've got this little island or something that's yours. And everybody has it, you know? So something akin to the homestead of Mabinogi, where just everybody has it. It's their own place. And then, like, you can build that and have it be something. But then you can also, like, take that and, like, put it onto a lot. You know, once you own a lot. So that would be neat. It's not what you can do in Mabinogi. You just get your own personal, like, homestead. And everybody gets their own personal homestead. And there really is nothing to do in the homesteads or any reason to do anything with the homesteads. But here, it'd be nice still, you know? Not that I'm complaining, Ariandre, but I wasn't expecting to see you quite so soon. Nor I thee. In extolling the virtues of Atheris, I did inadvertently awaken in the Loprits a desire to avert our beloved star's surmise. Creel tells us you have obtained new knowledge that may aid us in our ongoing efforts. I have news to share regarding our study of the ethereal sea, but your findings are certain to be of greater interest, so I would rather hear them first. To what revelations did Heidelin's Elpis flower lead? Well, it led to Elpis itself. You know, I went back some 10,000 years into the past. I met Heidelin before she was Heidelin. A lot of bad things happened. So, then this Dynamis is what drives the final days. If it and Akasa are one and the same, this all but proves Nidhana's theory. We're an entity through sheer force of emotion. To channel this vast dormant reservoir to a raging river, its power might surpass even that of Aether. But if our star is so replete with ether, said entity would need to be outside its influence to effectively manipulate the dynamis of the great expanse. Meteion, or rather, the sorrow and suffering of fallen civilizations that she has been hoarding for millennia. Untold anguish and fear and hatred drawn from every corner of the universe, all for a single purpose, the destruction of Atheris. I mean, it sounds like it's the destruction of the whole universe, not just Atheris, but then our foe is no longer some unknowable calamity. We have but one aim, to defeat Meteion. You make it sound so simple, but you're not wrong. Vanquish Meteion and we deliver the world from the final days. But to even attempt it, there are two conditions. First, we must determine her location. Before Meteion escaped, an enchantment was placed upon her by Venet, the woman who had become Heidelin. The implications of temporal magics are not entirely understood, and so we cannot assume that our Heidelin and Venet you met in Elpis are one and the same. Nevertheless, due to her intrinsic qualities as an all-powerful being, I'd wager that Heidelin possesses the knowledge we seek. Whether she would share that knowledge with us, however, remains to be seen. After all, she intends for us to flee Aetheris, not to stay. Do you suppose she has abandoned her pursuit of Meteion? Venet Ido would never give up. No, but Meteion is still out there. Venet Ido would never give up. That's my impression too. Otherwise, she wouldn't have used me as a conduit for her will, or provided clues such as the Elpis flower. I believe she has been waiting for mankind's answer to Hermes' question. So, what's the second condition? We must find a means to reach Meteion. Naturally, our chosen method will depend entirely upon wheresoever she has made her nest. God dang! I don't know why I'm like hiccuping constantly. Then communing with Heidelin must by necessity come first. Did you and Master Matoya have any luck with your investigation into the Ethereal Sea? Sadly not. Though we enlisted the help of Arenvold and other Echo-based blessed allies, I'm glad that thing didn't go off. We couldn't detect so much as a whisper from Heidelin, even from within the anti-tower. Master Matoya is of the opinion that in the years since abandoning it, the Forum has found some other method of receiving instructions from Heidelin. If so, it would most likely be some form of apparatus for observing the Ethereal Sea built closer to home. Labyrinthos! Sorry to interrupt, we just received word from the Forum. Your presence is required in the Rostra, where they intend to discuss the Great Exodus. Then Father was able to persuade them. They're finally taking us seriously. Let's hear what they have to say. Oh boy. Off to the Rostra. Speak with the Rostra steward. Alright. We can do that. You know, once it loads, of course. Like, I like and dislike the fact that there are so many loading screens. On one hand, having the loading screens allows them to make areas vastly bigger than they would be able to without the loading screens. You know? Because it's like, oh yeah, you know, Charlatan is this big, you know. Whereas without the loading screen, maybe they wouldn't be able to have it be this big. A better example would be, say, the northern empty, well, that's still not a great, Ilsabard. This is a good example because, like, we're able to have Thevnair down here, Radzat up here, and Garlemald up here, right? If this was World of Warcraft, and they needed to take the same world, let's say, you know, let's say that this is the World of Warcraft instead, right? You know, they have to bring in Thevnair, they have to bring in Garlemald, they have to bring in the moon, you know, all that stuff, right? So, in World of Warcraft, they'd have to take all of Garlemald, all of, like, this section of Ilsabard, and Thevnair down here, And this would be like the whole region. And all of it would be, connected together, and you could fly, all around the whole area, of course, and there would be no loading screens. But you wouldn't be able to have Thevner and Garlemald. It would have to be all of Ilsabard instead. And so then the story wouldn't work quite right, because it's like, okay, well, what do we have in this area that we can somehow shoehorn a story into when we don't need to, But also, like, because, again, of all of these loading screens, Thanalan, for example, like, I mean, this is kind of another bad example because of, like, the side, this was on PS3 initially. But, like, you've got Ul'dah here, which is the city. You've got the, I don't know, whatever these different lands were all called. Western, Northern, Southern, Eastern, I guess. But, like, they're able to have all of this be here, have it be really well detailed, have these large areas, but, a better example of a large area would be something like, Dravania here, where it's like you've got, you've got the Forelands, you've got the Churning Mists, you've got the Hinterlands, you've got Idleshire, and especially here, like, Idleshire is massive. But when you go here to the loading screen, there is a huge section of land between here and here, And so they're able to be like, yes, look at how big everything is. Without having to, like, necessarily fill the area out with people and NPCs and, quests and things. But also, when you're in, say, the Hinterlands, and you're going back and forth between the Hinterlands and Idleshire, so you're constantly going over these loading screens, it feels ridiculously small and ridiculously constricted and, like, ridiculously tiny, As much as they have an entire world here that is absolutely massive. And also, we've got Othard and Hingashi over here, but we have never actually been to Dalmasca down here other than doing Romance, Like, this area can be in a raid, whereas in something like World of Warcraft, that area has to be there, it has to be available, it has to be somewhere that you can go back and forth into, We've been to Hingashi. We've never been to this section, though, At least I don't know of any point that we've ever gone into, over here. I don't even know what this says, Like, I don't know what this island or anything is even named or anything, because I don't understand how to read this, like, script, Like, I don't know what this says. I'm fairly certain this is, like, the something ocean, but, like, I don't know how to read this, like, script that they have. And so I don't know what this says, But, like, clearly there's, like, a castle here, and, like, a mountain, and, like, there's, a celestial being over here on the map, and, like... But, like, we've never been here. But if this was World of Warcraft, Hingashi here would have to be part of this area. And so all of this giant area that we've never explored yet, would have to be in the game. You know? All of Authored up here would have to be in the game. It doesn't matter that this section is all that we've ever visited, you know, unless maybe this is Abalathia Spire up here, but I don't, or not Abalathia Spire, but Asm Step, I don't think so. Like, I don't think we've ever been up in this, like, set of islands up here. Or not islands, but mountains. I know what those are. This is the burn, obviously. But yeah, I don't think we've ever, like, been in these mountains up here. Or actually, like, gone to Rabanst and all of this stuff down here, you know. But all of this would have to be in the world all at once, all accessible with no loading screens. And so everything would have to be less detailed. All of the zones would have to be considerably smaller, you know. The world is able to be giant because of the loading screens. But when you're constantly going back and forth between loading screens, it feels like you're walking 2 steps, going into another loading screen. Take 2 steps, go into another loading screen. And it makes everything feel tiny, despite how big everything really is. You know? And so I both like the fact that they're able to use the loading screens to make the world so big, but I also really hate the loading screens because you're constantly going through them, you know? This wasn't here before. Entry number 5. Yeah, I think these lookouts just unlocked and became like available, because I've never seen that sitting there. I absolutely would have grabbed it, just because it was, you know, simple to get up to. So, but yeah, I mean, again, back on the whole sightseeing log, like, I don't know how to get up here, you know, I don't even know if you can. But, like, if there was one up here, I would just be like, okay, there's one up there. I don't even know. I'm going now, you know. Like, there's a couple in freaking Hingashi that I've looked at, I've seen, and I'm just like, yeah, nope. I don't even have the slightest clue where to begin with getting up there. So, nope, I'm not doing that. You know? It's just, no, I have no interest in even trying to find some of these lookout points. They're in such ridiculous, like, one will be up here or something at some point, I bet. You know? Like, they're ridiculous, these lookouts, the sightseeing log. I'm just like, no, thanks. If it's one I can see as I'm going along and I'm like, oh, how do I get that? And then I try, and after like 3 attempts, I get it, you know? I'm like, sure, I can grab that. But if I look at it and I go, how do you even begin with this? I just walk away. I'm like, no, I'm good. The forum is in session, and as such, the roster is closed to visitors. Is it actually, though? Sign of the 7th dawn. Very well, you may wait in the corridor. Of course, entry will only be permitted in the condition you leave your armaments at the door. Lest you forget, the sacred institution holds rational... The sacred institution holds rational discourse in the highest. The implements of war are expressly forbidden. Okay. But, like, I can't, though. Hey, look! The roaster is not locked off at all. I can totally come in here. Also, yeah, no, these just showed up when I got the sightseeing log. Because I have been in here so many times. I have been in here so many times. It's not even funny. Boy, they sure look like there's a lot of people in here. Currently in session, my ass. I know. It's that they do that so that there's no way that, like, a player will walk through a door that's closed on somebody else's screen. You know? But I feel like that's fine to do, honestly. But I don't know. I may be a game designer, but these are the kinds of things that I would do. You know, I would just be like, yeah, no, that's fine. But not everybody, not all, you know, game devs are that way, so.
一つ皆に頼みがあるんだ。
I guess also, like, because World of Warcraft does that all the time. And sure, World of Warcraft is a garbage game now. Blizzard is still just as garbage of a company as they were freaking 5 years ago. But, like, I don't know. I guess I just got used to seeing stuff like that in World of Warcraft. So to me, it's like weird that that's not something that's here, you know.
これから哲学者議会の話を聞くことになるが、場合によっては彼らにさらなる提案をしてみたいと思う。次の一手につなげるようなね。
Then again, there is something to be said about not locking areas off from players just because of progression. You know, not locking content and such, you know. I wouldn't be able to get that lookout if, you know, the doors were locked because of this cutscene, you know. So, I don't know.
それを私に任せてもらえるだろうか。
Maybe it's just me. Oh, I don't have my glasses on.
もともとアルフィノが起点を聞かせてこの機会を勝ち取ったんですね。
Like, I get it. It's because that they're hiding the helmet, the head slot. It's just funny. It's like I'm wearing glasses because my character canonically needs glasses. That's just what I have as like a part of her backstory. And it's just funny to see these scenes where it's like, oh, her glasses are gone because we hit that head slot because you know we need to show your face or whatever, you know. So like instead of adding in a whole bunch of extra code to be like, if you have this item or that item, you know, and then possibly something glitches out, you know, instead it's just hide all of the head items. And I'm like, but it's glasses though. You know, it's a pair of glasses. Like, come on.
ありがとう。
ああ、皆の者、静粛に。ただいまより臨時会を開催する。
Then again, I feel really bad for the Viera because they have so many items they literally cannot even wear. Because ears. Can't just have the ears pop out of the helmet. No, gotta freaking make it so that you put on a full helmet and it just doesn't show because ears. I think the Frost Guard do that too.
我らが大撤収の計画を明かすこととなっている。
I'm gonna munch a couple of sour bright crawlers. Hashtag not sponsored. While this cutscene's playing. Hopefully nobody's upset about that. I really like these things. I haven't had them in like a month. So I picked up a bag today while I was shopping. It's probably bad form to eat in a video, but if it was a stream, it would be more okay because it's like, well, it's live, you know.
君たちに感謝を伝えたい。マグナ・グラキエスにてラザハンの民と我々の同胞を異形の獣から守ってくれたことについてだ。今しがたラザハンの大使にも報告をし、君たちに深く感謝を表するとの伝言を預かった。我々哲学者議会としても本件を真摯に受け止め、この場を用意させてもらった次第だ。君たち
ではまず前提を確認させてください。
I have the voice thing muted so that you can't hear me munching, so.
哲学者議会の目的は終末によって滅びゆくこの星を脱し、人々と知識を月へと運ぶことで間違いありませんか？
そういない。死の都シャーレアンは長年そのために活動をしてきたのだ。世界中から集め、ラビリンソスや大書院に蓄積した知識、まずはそれを運び出す。並行してシャーレアンの民をいくつかの組に分け、月へと順次移送。住環境の確認と整備を開始する計画だ。それらが落ち着き次第、我が国と協力関係にある国家から順に月へ案内していくという手はずになっている。ラザハンはその最優先候補だった。だが想定より早く終末の現象に見舞われたため、どうにか前倒して移送できないかと試みたのだ。
なるほど、壮大な計画ね。この星のすべての民を運べる算段が立っているのかしら。
可能な範囲でだ。
そしてその線引きは哲学者議会がすると。
別の星への移住は史上類を見ないほど達成困難な任務だ。志の異なるものを取り入れようとすれば、そこから腐って全滅しかねない。
その是非は一旦置いておきましょう。次に伺いたいのは計画が順調に進んでいるかどうかです。聞いたところによると、肝心の月への移送手段がまだ完成しきっていないとか。
要求する水準に至っていないという意味では確かに未完成だ。かねてより製造を進めてきた月へ向かう船、通称箱舟は一応の完成を見ている。想定外だったのは終末の広がりがあまりに早いことだ。現状の箱舟の動力機関では航行速度が遅く、何より都度の補給にかかる時間が長すぎる。見切り発車で移送を始めたところで往復数を稼げないうちに終末が拡大。膨大な数の知識と命を見捨てざるを得ないだろう。
そんな、何か手はないの？
生涯での推進力を生み出すエーテル縮タイム、その改良ができないか今も試行錯誤は続いている。同時に 第一陣の2の積み込みも始めてはいるが、限界まで調整をするつもりだ。
では私たちと取引をするのはいかがでしょう。
うん。
暁の決命はエーテル縮退路の改良に協力します。結果それが必要な性能を上回るものになった場合、2つの報酬をいただけないでしょうか。1つ目はハイデリンと合わせてもらうこと。
おう。
あなたたちとハイデリンの関係を思えば、逆さの塔を放置しているのは奇妙だわ。あるんでしょ、かの塔に代わるより良い別の手段が。
そして2つ目が箱舟を誰がどのように使うかを皆様に提案させていただきたいのです。
To stop the final days.
提案か、命令ではなく。
ここにいるたった99人さえ納得させられない提案なら、この窮地に貫くべきではありません。
面白い。
その道の専門家たちが頭を抱えている難問に行きずりの者たちが挑むとした。なんと無茶で無謀なことよ。
It's easy enough. We have the
行
ironworks.
き詰まった研究に必要なのは嫌というほど見返した理論よりちょっとしたひらめき、新しい風じゃろうて。わしはかつての教え子たちにかける彼らとの取引に賛成じゃ。
ああ、静粛に静粛に。今は1秒すら惜しい。早速決を取るとしよう。では暁の決命との取引に賛成の者は挙手を。
Who will agree to our terms? Good few of them. That's a good few of them. More as each person votes too, you can see.
賛成71、反対28。決まったな。
71 in favor. Jeez. 71 out of 99 people. I love that.
古主主、計画の責任者たる君が彼らを案内するように。個人としては異論もあろうが、議会の決定としてしかと遂行していただきたい。
Nice. This is the will of the form. You have to do it no matter what. Good job. Good job.
こたびの臨時会は終了とする。終わりの時まで時間がない。各自己の責務をしっかりと果たすように。
Good job. Go Elfino. We're gonna go to Sid. We're gonna be like, hey, Charlene needs you and the ironworks. Come on. Sid's gonna come out, take one look at it, and be like, I can make this thing not only fly better, but achieve like warp speed. I bet you anything. Sorry about not letting the rest of you in on my plan. I was, admittedly, thinking on my feet for the most part. But since we require both the means of communing with Heidelin and reaching Meteon, in the spur of the moment, I saw involving ourselves with the completion of the Ark as a way to work towards both objectives simultaneously. However, we must first keep our end of the bargain by solving the problem of the ether burner. I'd like to think it is not a challenge beyond our combined expertise, or at least the expertise of our extended circle of associates. It might behoove us to learn how an ether burner actually works before we attempt to improve it, though. Indeed. Let's go find Sid. He can do it. Fortunat's ability to maintain a stiff upper lip is being sorely tested. Yeah, I can imagine. As instructed, I shall take you to see the ether burner. Meet us outside the Archaeon. I trust you can make your own way there. So the Ark is being built in Labyrinthos. Hardly surprising. Where else could they conceal such a massive undertaking? Alright, Labyrinthos! Don't mind if I just jump over these seats here. You know, it is funny how much, like, in a video game, like, people, you know, what we're willing to do to, like, you know, shave off a little extra time or whatnot, that in reality you would never really do, you know? Like, when was the last time you were like, I need to get to the kitchen, let me just vault over my dining table, you know? So, this is in, okay, yeah. Actually, why don't I just, oh yeah, it's all the way over there. So yeah, let's go ahead and teleport instead of walking. I thought Archaeon was like the area directly like below, but no, it's the section that we basically stopped at last time. So, that said, we're down here again finally. Woo! Before we go, oh wait, yes? Yes, this is the area I'm thinking of. Oh yeah, cause this thing. Okay, yeah, because there's like an elevator or whatnot, right? Let's go actually handle this little lost troll thing and get that taken care of. Since that's an ether current that we missed so long ago. Also, let me just double check. 700 to the west, okay. That would be, if it's straight west and it's 700, that'd be here in the medial circuit. Somewhere around here, or Mitato, it looks like. So, alright. Yeah, so well, let's go do that. There is an area that's up here that I didn't get explored. I don't know if that was that I just couldn't get there, or I just didn't do it. Looks like I just didn't do it, because it's just a matter of going over here. In fact, I just discovered it. There we go. The hatching canal. And just to be sure, there's nothing over here. Okay. Okay, so I think, because I don't think it's up here by the Fredic conduit. I could be wrong. So, there's also troglophiles deep over there that I haven't explored. I'm just trying to, like, figure things out so that I know where I'm navigating to, so that it's easier and more direct. But yeah, I think I will actually pause for a moment as I handle getting around here. So I will be right back. God, I love the freaking music here in Labyrinthos, though. It's really good, especially this nighttime theme. It's like, it's really good. Also, yes, we are back. Because our destination is right up here. For the Little Lost Troll. See no trolls, great or small. Perhaps a bit further in. Right. We're technically going this way. I did stop off by Troglophiles Deep up there. So I got that explored. So we're good on that front. We are missing 2 here and then 3 here in this area. So, not quite sure where any of those are going to be. But guess we'll find out. Seriously though, this music is so good. I love the, I really like this, like, soft, innocent, like, music. I don't know what the best way to describe it is. The errant troll is nowhere to be seen. Noelia Tia may have had better luck. Who am I seeing now? Am I going back down? No, I'm going back. Okay. So now I'm actually headed back up this way anyway, so. Back to the Archaon. So. Boop. Yadoop. Boop yadoop. When you put all that together. Yeah, hello. Well, I paused because I was just running back. Oh, I have some gear that is in bad need of repair. I guess I'm not too surprised. I did die a good number of times earlier. Just leveling Black Mage because it sucks. But gotta do it at some point, so... I see. I was unable to find the specimen either. However, I did meet someone who claimed to have seen it in Moorvale Forest. Let's head there and see if we can track it down. Oh my god, this quest is still not green. Alright, I guess we're headed... Really? I did Mount Roulette and you gave me one of the freaking mounts that I normally have on my hotbars? Come on, game. Like, seriously. Come on. I want, like, a different mount. I really should take this mount out of my favorites. Because that's what the Mount Roulette goes off of. I have it set to go off of just your favorites. So, there, yes, there can be no doubt. These are Shaggle's footprints. Ahem. I've uncovered the specimen's trail. It should be close. Find it under threat from local fauna. You may dispatch its assailants. Alright. So let's go save the little troll, dude. And then it will probably be, you know, green after that. So many of these quests are like, you start a quest and then it stops. You know? That I just kind of figured that, like, I would start the quest, I'd get a little bit, and then it would be done, kind of thing, you know? Oh, these guys are going to be level 90, aren't they? Guess that does make sense. Just kind of going back and forth so that I can do some damage to both of them. Got him. Wondered if that might be enough to just take him out. Hey, green quest already. That was our first level 90 enemies I've ever fought, actually. So, neat. Shaggles. He's a tiny little thing. Oh, I'm so glad you're unharmed. Me or him? You're all safe now. Come on, let's go home, sweetie. They are chaotic. Is that just right? I must do something. You can talk? What is the threat? This guy's gonna be like, what? You can understand me? I didn't realize that, like, we were understanding him. I keep forgetting that that's an ability that we have. Wait, are you able to communicate with him? Huh? Yeah, that's just, a thing I can do. Because, the ability I have. I'm not going to say it because I'll probably activate the thing. Incredible! Never met with someone with such a skill before. Supposedly we've all had this thing, so, supposedly. This bundle of joy was born in Labyrinthos. However, he was abandoned by his mother, and in quite the state by the time we found him. He possesses remarkable intelligence for one of his kind. We've elected to use him as a part of a study into the effects of growing up in an artificial environment. I had seen him making gestures that indicated he'd been reading the tomes here, but I thought he was just copying those around him. I think he actually understands speech. Though I do wonder exactly why are you able to understand him and I am not. I'm sort of special. Really? Oh, well I wouldn't give to understand him too. You possess the anger, don't you? I find it difficult to grow the way your kind do, but I suppose it makes sense as you understand my general sentiments. I happen to learn of said power from the tomes in the Archaon. Honestly, that buffoon over there is surrounded by a sea of knowledge, and he makes no effort to engage with it. He called you a buffoon. You don't even know it. At any rate, I'm glad to finally have someone to talk to. As I was saying earlier, the Archaon is in grave danger. Some ghoulish grader managed to bring the woodworms in with them during a visit. If we leave them be, they're bound to cause irreparable damage to the materials at the facility. I tried my best to tell that buffoon, but it was no use. So I took a chance and went in search of some of my own kind, see if they would help. Saw how that turned out. He's extremely intelligent. I love that. Well, what is he saying? Well, he called you a buffoon. You what? And then said something about the Archaon being in danger because of woodworms. Oh, dearie me! Still, it was the most courageous of him try and solve the issue on his own. Oh yeah, he definitely said that too. Now that we're aware of it, we need to sort out this pest problem at once. Would you mind helping out a little longer? We're the only one who can understand him, after all. And he seems mom's ahead of us with regards to the situation at hand. Sure, I'll definitely take care of this. I definitely won't just, immediately walk away once you've given me the ether current. Definitely. Uh-huh. Definitely not clicking Mount Roulette right now. Definitely not running off right now. I really do feel really bad when, these ether current quests, it's like, hey, here's a fun little extra storyline to follow. Thanks. You gave me the ether current. Goodbye. I feel really bad. I kind of wish that the ether current quests were, completely contained in their own, thing. And that, you didn't get the ether current until the end of the quest. Just because, I really feel bad every time I do that. But also, I know that I probably would not complete these quests if I had to do a whole quest line to do them, so. Our destination lies in the lower levels. The form, in its wisdom, has granted you access to the Archaon's lift. Step inside and have Opheline take you to the medial circuit. Yay! We can use the elevator now! Remember before we couldn't use the elevator here? I was like, sorry, you can't use the elevator. There's stuff down there. You wish to use the lift, yes? Proceed to the medial circuit. I figured that we would probably end up getting something that let us come down here. But it was just as long to go from this way, around, and down to here, as it would have been, possibly even shorter, or possibly even longer, than just going from the Archaon and then going down for that little troll quest. So I have sent your associates ahead to Logisticon Alpha, on the other side of Mariel Agronomics. Actually, there's something I have been meaning to. No, never mind. It can wait. Let's attend to the matter at hand. I mean, I can definitely help you with whatever it is. Like, not joking here. Like, I have done many little side quests just so that I can get an ether current and then immediately yeet us out of there and not actually finish them. So I'm definitely reliable. Super reliable. Yep. 100%. Give me a quest and I will totally do it up until I get a reward. And then I will yeet out of there. You can totally trust me though. I'll definitely complete the whole story and entire, like, you know, quest line. And oh my gosh. It's all the way down there. I did not realize. Okay. I didn't realize that was just gonna drop me there. So, these freaking mandragoras are a pain. I've been watching Nico B playing Odin Spear Life Thrizia recently, and it's been fun. I mention that because there's these little, like, vegetable things that you pick up that you can use for, like, creating potions and other things. And despite having watched, like, this whole time, it was only in, like, the last episode that I watched that I realized, oh, those are mandragoras. Hey, I know those. Because he was talking about something, and he's like, I gotta grab these mandragoras. And I was like, oh, crap. I totally didn't even realize that that's what those were. Like, I know those. Those are in Final Fantasy XIV. We are to wait here while our father arranges for us to use the next lift. Here, being Logisticon Alpha, where the atmospheric conditions of Labyrinthos are regulated. Water is drawn from underground and dispersed as vapor, simulating the formation of artificial clouds and rain. By manipulating the temperature and air circulation, they're able to create the ideal environment for the growth and preservation of the biological samples kept here. Neat. Hold on, how do you know so much about it? Why, Father brought me here as a child. Aren't we still children? What, and left me behind? But also, aren't we still children? Actually, you're the one who left me behind when you went off somewhere with Grandfather. The night before, I'd been asking Father how clouds are made, so he decided to show me. It was fascinating. I peppered him with questions the entire time. 'Tis all too easy to take for granted the many interweaving aspects of the natural world, to grow inured to the wondrous. But having gained an understanding of the complex mechanisms employed by the Loprits in recreating a similar environment, I've come to view such processes in a new light. The subterranean gardens of Labyrinthos, the lunar prison forged to contain the ancient Zodiac, the habitations built for all mankind beneath the moon's surface, each unique yet undeniably similar. 'Tis no mere coincidence. Hello, Fortunal. Ever since Heidelin unfolded to us the grim fate that awaits Atheris, every essential resource we could spare has been delivered to Labyrinthos in preparation for the great Exodus. But that is not all. There's also a testing ground for the technologies that will allow us to settle on distant stars. Though the Loprits have endeavored to make the moon inhabitable. Oh yes, no, I know words. Though the Loprits have endeavored to make the room inhabitable, that is not our final destination. Mankind must learn to propagate life where there is none, to thrive where all is barren. But usually, in is the opposite, you know? So, like, I read inhabitable as, like, uninhabitable, despite the fact that it was inhabitable. I even, like, said in my mind, uninhabitable. I was like, uninhabitable, and I was like, oh wait, inhabitable. Right. Alas, time is not on our side. I've arranged for you all to enter the central circuit. It is there that most of our preparations for the great Exodus are carried out. The construction of the Ark among them. It's funny how, like, your brain just completely, like, registers things wrong. Though our plans have been made public, access remains highly restricted. You, however, will not be subject to said restrictions, and will have free reign to come and go as you please. Such was the will of the Forum, after all. We will prove ourselves worthy of their trust. Your trust. Then let us proceed. I still can't, like, I can't figure out if he actually, like, hates Alphinaud and Alisaie, or if he just thinks that they're gonna be in the way, you know? Like, I'm struggling to, like, figure out which one it is. By decree of the Forum, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn are permitted to enter the Central Circuit. Proceed to the Central Circuit! I may have missed an ether current back up there, though, come to think of it. Because I never went over here. So, I don't know. We'll figure it out eventually. The ether burner is being constructed not far from here. Overseeing the work in Kokol Donghol, after whom the forge is named. Rather. Once the necessary introductions have been made, I shall leave you with him to discuss the particulars. This way. Rather. Not... Yeah. I said the wrong thing. That's all. Where am I going? Down that way, apparently. Wants me to go northwest for this ether current, but then it wants me to go directly south, away from the etherite, for everything else. Oh, can I not go this way? This looks like a barrier. Down? Maybe I can. Okay. Okay, it's just a divide. I thought this was like gonna be a barrier, because it kind of looks like what you would expect from a barrier. And that was not a barrier, and I was a little confused for a split second. Supposedly... right around here it is! Nice. Also, can I, like, see anything down there, or... No, I suppose not. I was like, can I see the ship from here? No, no. It's probably underneath this structure here in the middle, but I can't, like, actually see it. To the northwest. Alright. I don't need to go. It's somewhere that I haven't been yet, so I'm not even gonna, like, go that way. I'm guessing, like, it's somewhere up here, probably by Logisticon Beta or something. So, holy crap! There's still a lot here! Freaking, there's the Charlene Hamlet right there. And then freaking, like, look at this. Like, I barely even touched this area. I've got this whole area here. There's 2 Aetherites down here. And then Thumazane, whatever that is. So, holy crap, dude. And Aporia way over there. And nice. Well, with that, I hope you all have enjoyed so far. This seems like a good place to end off at, so I think I will. Next episode, we will make our way down to this quest here, and meet with Fortunault again, and see what we can do about this ether burner. So it's funny, it's called an ether burner instead of an afterburner. I can't jump down this. I can, like, glitch onto the very edge of this, but I can't actually, like, go forward. That's funny. That's great. I kind of figured, but I figured I'd try. But yeah, if you've enjoyed, feel free to subscribe. Check the playlist for any episodes you've missed. You can also check the video description, because there will be a link to Discord and Patreon. You can come on out, help support the channel, chat, and all that. So, and with that, I don't think there's anything else for me to say. I'm just taking an extra moment to let the Patreon thing be up, because I forgot. So, oh, the Chondrite armor is available here, so that's cool. Chondrite top of casting. Oh. Huh. That's kind of neat looking, actually. I don't know. Sorry, this is like, it's hilarious because this is like really kind of generic, like medieval dress, but also it's fancy and like special. So that made me laugh because like I immediately was just like, hey, that's just like a generic like medieval dress, except that it has like this section. And like this little bit here that's not particularly normal. You know, with the like open bit there, and then the fact that there's like no like bottom half to it here. So like the dress doesn't go all the way down. So like look at it from here and it's just like, hey, generic freaking medieval dress. And then you turn around and you're like, wait a minute. That made me laugh. So, alright, see you next time.